Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and I struggle today with my camera. I don't know what I'm doing with it, so stay with me, stay connected, and keep on watching. But I was sitting in here, trying to figure out what make the video of, and I was thinking, maybe one of those little buggers. Yeah, then I was just walking through my room, and in one of my boxes I have this thingy. Yeah, I already disassembled it, so it's gonna be easier for me to work with it. But I decided to make next of my Gorka Morka / Warhammer 40k builds, and as well it's gonna be very Gaslandy, so it kind of fits with everything. But what I decided to do, I already make that Volkswagen van, and it's look awesome, and I love it. So I'm thinking, to add to that collection, I'm gonna convert this little bugger, and his driver gonna be a Grot, and that's the entire idea so far. Of course, on the battlefield for Warhammer 40k, it's gonna be representing a Grot tank, but I don't know what it would represent in Gorka Morka. I first have to finally read the rules. I love the idea of Gorka Morka. I played it once in the 90s, so yeah, a couple of years ago. But yeah, let's just get on the table and start, chopping and whatever. So first of all, before I get on the table, I'm just gonna get rid of the roof because I'm gonna make it a cabrio. Yeah, and then we're gonna see where I can go from there. Alright, so here we are. I did cut out the roof. Yeah, it was very easy with some big metal cutters. And I already picked up a driver. And when I just looking at him, comparing to the car height, he's sort of kind of tiny. Yeah, but on the other hand, this is supposed to be kind of ridiculous. So yeah, what I did as well, I get rid of all of the mechanisms from the inside, and I cut out the frame of that, as well as gluing wheels to the base, just to prevent the car, if we're gonna be using this in 40k, from moving. And I can see that I kind of sort of screwed up the wheels because one is more to one side, and it's gonna be beyond hard to move because, well, I use the activator, so whatever. Yeah. So now the next thing that I want to do is to put some sort of a flooring, and then sit at least one for him, and then maybe some sort of a big gun on the side. And that should be pretty much the entire base of the build done. And then of course we have to gribbly it up. Yeah, but that's the idea so far. So just give me a few minutes, so I'm gonna figure out exactly how big of a plastic plate I need to put in here, and then we're gonna work from that point on. I just need to measure it, maybe cut out a cardboard little insert first, and then make it out of plastic cut, because that's usually how it's easier for me. So I'll be right back. Okay, so it took me a sweet minute, yeah, but I have the inner shape for this, so it just fits in here. Then the bottom should slot under it. And I was thinking about using these two bits that I have as a main gun, which is going to be sitting on the passenger side. Then this on the front grille. I was thinking about using this engine, as a scoop, but it was a bit too much. Well, the scoop from the engine itself. Yeah, and as well I cut out the weapon, so I'm gonna be able then to finagle this little grot into place. And I have this little bit, which I still don't know where I'm gonna put it, but we're gonna figure it out together. So let's start assembling this. Yeah, so the matte part gonna go on the top, and the glossy one on the bottom, and I'm just gonna start using a little bit of super glue just to secure it. Like always, I don't like to overuse super glue. Yeah. Alright, so you have this, and then to save my life, super glue accelerator. And there we go. It is in here. Maybe I'm just gonna give it a quick spray from the other side as well. Yeah, so I could easily leave that grill. Yeah, it is good looking grill, but I was thinking, you know, something more orky gonna be a good idea. So first of all, a little bit of sanding just to get a better grip. If I'm gonna manage, there is not much space, and this this emery board is a little bit too wide. But I got to the bare metal, so that's fine. So let's just put it here. Again, not too much, because you know how super glue is. And there we go. We have this guy in here. And now when it comes to the bottom, I'm not gonna be really doing much more with it. So let's just put it back together. Oh, that was smart. I have everything prepared here, and then I just... Okay, I have the screws that were in there. Sorry about that. Just... It's a Tuesday evening. I'm doing some work tomorrow. And today my brain is just refusing already to work. So please bear with me. There's something wrong here, sorry. Just... there's something... Nope. This just don't want to fall into place for some silly reason. There is no wheels, nothing really pushing. That's what I get for playing with, you know, pound shop toys. Alright, so this is back assembled, and like I said, I did glue the wheels because I don't want it to be moving in case, you know, if I ever gonna go back to playing 40k. Yeah, I love the game, but unfortunately I have no luck finding people in my area to play, and I have no time for traveling for games right now. So yeah, this thing, I was thinking, you know, putting it on the front, but then nope. So maybe just here on the back, just to dress it up a little bit. Okay, that's good enough in my opinion. Just put this, and then that little ball, which is gonna be nobody knows what. Yep, again, accelerator to the rescue. And now the somewhat weird gun. Yeah. I'm just thinking if the entire idea of it sticking out so much not gonna be I'm just gonna shorten the entire shtick. Maybe this much. And then it's just gonna be sitting in the front window. Okay, so now we're gonna just go with my normal process, because right now I know that the driver gonna be sitting on this side and there is really no much space that he needs. Oh, come on. So yeah, he needs half of the space. So the remaining part is for the gun. I think that I'm gonna use this gribbly that I made for no particular reason. You know, sometimes I just, like I said, I'm just sitting and putting gribblies together, just to put them together because, well, yeah, it's me. And then this entire super glue cup, if I actually lift it, come on, if I lift it up and I put it like that, it's gonna be really looking more like a gun. All right, so 2 little plates that was left from cutting this up. Let's try this way. So yeah. So 1 and 2. And I think that I have the height done. Yep. Now I need to glue this super glue cup on top of this, so and like that. And then accelerator, sorry, I just do it off screen because, well, you know, of course, my dog hair. I'm actually wondering if I'm even doing this in the viewport, so please, please, please be okay with that. Yes. All right. That's a happy moment in this build because I know that I don't have to screw with it anymore. So we have our gun, we have the car, we have the driver. Let's look for some more gribblies. Yeah, so this is some of the plating that I did for orcs. Yeah, some of those glyphs, plates, whatever else. So I have a small glyph in here. I don't think that any of those actually gonna fit. I think that all of them are a little bit too big. Well, I can probably use this one just as a decoration on the door. So let's just do that. There we go. I have this giant axe and another one and some orcish head. I don't know. Actually, with that bit, I could probably throw that giant glyph, arrow glyph, in here, or maybe even cover the back wheel with one of them, or both back wheels, or maybe put this one as a kind of a what do you call it, registration. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so let's just grab that box again and just throw everything in. Oh, I have a smaller one even. Okay, so maybe that one gonna be fine to put somewhere. You can see I wasn't actually planning of making video today. I have some videos already pre-recorded and I was like, yeah, maybe I just gonna use one of those and make something and post it on Wednesday. But nah. So okay. Oh, I just hidden the one that I wanted to use as a registration thingy. So this one gonna go on the back. It's a little bit different, but whatever. Okay, and those smaller ones I can use elsewhere. So first of all, let's just make some more flat surface. I hope that no one lost their hearing because of that. And now I'm just gonna put it like that. Yeah, if I ever use this car in Gaslands, it could be always count as a back armor tombstone. Yeah, so there we go. And I can use probably this one to cover the front wheel to give it a little bit of armor. Yeah, and in my opinion, you know, the grot that is driving it, yeah, if we are thinking about, you know, kind of nicer grot, nicer orcish society, instead of just being warmongers, you know, creating something for themselves, I think that, you know, the entire genetics of them, which is built on literally being a war army, would kind of prompt them to build in this way, you know, just adding more of a army feel even to fancy stuff. Yeah, well, of their army feel, I mean, of orcs. Yeah, so okay, I can fit this one in here. It's not gonna look extremely out of place. It will still a little bit, but yeah, this bit of scoffing, and then just put that in. Okay, so all of those glyphs that I make, they technically don't have any meaning. Yeah, but you know, they are looking better than nothing. So yeah. And now I started growing him in without putting his head on. Of course, you know, everything in proper order. Let's just glue him to the little bit of plastic first, because I'm gonna have to paint him, and this is gonna be my handle then. Come on. So alright, I have him here. And now his head, he's gonna be wearing a head wrap. So hopefully that's a good one. Alright, let's just put him together. Alright, so nope. This part is going away because it's just annoying me. And I'm gonna put his head more on this kind of angle. So when he's gonna be sitting here, yep. All right. So what I have to do right now is actually paint him and paint inside black. And then I'm gonna be back to actually do more gribbling of this car, because what I want to do, I want to add some exhausts to it, some more piping. So of course I have in here my rubber bands. And then I'm gonna think about the rest, but if I don't paint him first and I don't paint the interior first, I'm gonna have problems later on to get into it. So see you in a few. So while the paint of the Gobo is drying, I did install this front plate in here to cover the inside of the car, and I put that fan in here as well on the back. And now I just have a little bit of a plastic art which I'm gonna put in here as the seat. Yeah, and of course I'm not gonna be repositioning this entire grot because that's pointless. Yeah, just gonna put this, it's gonna be pretending to be a full seat for him. And I was just thinking, you know, even though maybe they are a little bit more civilized, it never hurt to have a axe lying in the back. Yeah, it's gonna tie it up to the rest of the army. Yeah, so let's just put some glue in here. Just this is gonna help connect everything, you know, a little bit better. And I know that this fan is in there, but it's pretty much invisible. As well, I found those little bits. They are actually buttons of the axes, and I'm just gonna use them in here on the front of the car as little hooks. And I just started thinking, you know, what this goblin could be doing. Yeah, if it was semi not warmongering orc society. So he's gonna be a cameraman working for Grot News 1. Yeah, so this in the time of peace gonna be counted as camera, in the time of war as a cannon on the Grot tank. Yeah, so we have these two hooks in here. And now I'm just thinking, if I put anything on this side, it's gonna obstruct the place where I want to put the Grot News 1. And I found this little bit. It's some sort of a plug to close the holes in, I think, chairs or something. I don't remember exactly where I have it from, but I just decided to take it and plug it in here. It's rubber, so you can see that it's actually kind of malleable. But yeah. And maybe I'm just gonna drop a little bit of super glue, just come on, just a drop. And in here, on the edge, just to keep that axe in place. And now I think that I can paint the interior. Actually, I can paint the entire car, but no. Let's get the exhaust pipe. So the exhaust pipe would go in here. So we'll run the pipe from here on the side, or in here down on the side, and maybe like that. I think so, yeah. Let's try that. So, is this actually big enough for this one? Nope. Do I have a thicker one? And yes, that's the right size. Okie dokie. So roughly this much. And now we just need to take the end of it and mangle it somewhat. Yeah, make it in my orcish style. Alright. So this is gonna be sticking out in here. Okay, so where is my super glue? Here. And something like that. So drop in here, and drop in here. Well, drops. The word drops is too gentle for what I'm doing with super glue usually. But yeah. And then in here, come on. It's gonna be covering this glyph, but you know, sacrifices have to be made for the news of Grot town. So the usual, you know, running of it, and then I have to cut it probably in here. Okay, and let's just put that in, and then first like that. Then we're gonna put a little bit of super glue into that groove and just add that pipe in here. So there we go, this side is very heavily modified, this front, and then in here we're gonna have Grot News 1. So yeah, now I just have to prime it, and then we're gonna get to painting. And here we are, my little Gobo is a little bit more prepared than it should be. Well, not really the Gobo, the entire thingy, yeah. But now we have to do a little bit of dry brushing with the metallics first. Yeah, so I have the metallic paint out, and I have my little lovely dry brush that I love. It's really one of my favorite. I'm gonna have to ask my wife to order me more, because she always ordered them. So let's see. Well, it's leaving some paint, so that's fine. Let's just go over the metallic equipment. Yes, so of course I'm gonna be still doing some changes to all of that. Right, and I think that, you know, dry brushing this is kind of pointless. Just apply a fairly thick layer of paint in here. Oh, that was too much, but yeah. Okay, and then maybe in here those plates as well, just a little bit to give them some metallic sheen. Those spikes on the front. All right, and let it just dry for a second and I'll be right back. So there we go, you know, the metallics are somewhat done, not really looking great. I think that I would have to come back with this, but I want to progress it. So next thing is to paint the car, and since these are my bad moons, it's gonna be yellow. And you know, I especially did all of that, you know, what they call today's slap shop, whatever, yeah, to just, you know, make it look patchy and whatever. So just putting the paint on very easily, it's gonna look like those little jets that I showed you in one of my videos that I'm still working on. You know, yellow, but with, you know, patches of darker and lighter all over it. So yep. So as you can see, this paint job is fairly easy. I actually started really enjoying the what do you call them, contrast paints. Yeah, they turn out to be a very good tool for someone who is lazy. Yeah, and like I always say, I'm a lazy painter. I prefer definitely the building process over the painting process, but you know, I don't want to leave video half finished, so I finish my paint jobs usually, somewhat, kind of, sort of, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I try at least. Yeah, so let's allow it to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna do the interior. Oh, okay, so the paint is dry, and now it's time to pick some other areas with different colors. So let's just get the interior, which I think, you know, gonna be brownish. The problem is that I didn't get too much of a light colors inside, so it's gonna still look like a black thing. But you know, let's just say that it is, you know, a pristine leather, you know, squiggled sack interior. Yeah. Let's just leave it on that. Yeah, and now this big coil in here, it's gonna be of course blue, because every like power sources in my universe glow blue or green or orange. Yeah, so this is gonna be some sort of a power source, teeny weeny, who knows. And again, I'm using in here the contrast paint, but to be honest, I don't really see much of those contrast paints really working with blue color. So yeah, let me just rinse my brush and my lovely skull cup. So now, every Orkish vehicle needs red, yeah, because, well, red is fast. So I think about just painting the housing of that gun, with red, you know, to at least have a fast shooting gun. Yeah, so a lot of DACA, or, you know, fast camera, so it can, you know, do the slow-mo videos of Orc Olympics or something. It depends on what we're gonna be using this as. Actually, I'm just gonna paint it all red, and then we can distinguish the rest of it somehow. So yeah, as you can see, this was completely unplanned for this. Like I said, I just made some gribbly and just decided to use it in this build. And of course the axe cannot be completely clean, so it's gonna get some red on it. The same with the spikes in here, so they're gonna be covered in a little bit of blood. And the front of the car gonna have some splatters as well. And now let's just use those spikes in here, and they've been already metallic brushed, so let's just put some red on it, not covering completely. The same with those arrows, and on the front there is nothing, so now those 3 lines in here, and that's, I think, is okay. And now let's get a smaller brush, something, you know, finer. I think this one is a bit too big. Yeah, I know this was a lame joke. Even my cat agrees, unfortunately. And let's get the driver somewhat painted. So first of all, skin, and we know that my Grots and Orc for this entire idea are red skinned. They probably come from poisonous mushrooms, not from regular ones. Yeah. So just very simple paint job. Like I said, I'm not planning to win any competitions with this. Yeah, but on the other hand, you know, this red is really going very well on the skin of the models. So yeah. And on this model there is quite a lot, because he have a lot of exposed skin. And of course, where I cut off the weapon, there is no real replacement for it, so his arm just really look very junky. Junky? Not junky, junky. Sorry. So again, as sloppy of the paint job as possible to actually hide all of the, you know, squariness and mistakes that has been done in this. And we have one thing done, so I can get rid of the red paint, close it. Unfortunately, for some reason that bottle didn't want to stay open by itself, so I have to resort to the toothpicking. Yeah, so just putting the toothpick under the opening. So now this his shoe wraps, leg wraps, whatever. The entire leg is gonna go with the brownish. The same with this kind of leather patch. Anything under the belt will be brownish. It's just, it's not gonna be very visible, so I don't really, like I said, I don't really care that much. So from the waist down, basically brownish, even on the chest. And then what I really care about in here is the head wrap. Yeah, and like I said, he's a bad moon, so of course his head wrap is gonna be in yellow, representing his clan colors. So that's the only thing. And of course the face mask and everything that is on his face, and that's the only real representation of the color that I want in here. Yeah, so you have the red skin and then yellow head wrap. And obviously, since these are contrast paints, this is gonna probably take about half an hour to dry, because contrast paints are like that, especially when you apply them properly. Of course, wrong cup. Oh, okay, this didn't happen to me in a while, but yes, today I did actually try to rinse my brush in thanks God empty drink cup. Whew. And let's get back to the metallics, because what I want to fix is this pipe. It's not metallic enough in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go with very dark metallics. They're gonna darken the pipe in here as well on the bottom, because it just all became very, very bright all over the sudden. Yep. So there we go. And I think about these wheel cups, you know, they are too bright in my opinion, so I'm just gonna dirty them up with this paint. Well, not dirty them up, just darken them. Yeah, but this one, to be honest, this project was completely unexpected fun for me. I didn't plan to even do it really. I just grabbed the model at random from the box and just kind of suit the entire thing. Alright, so I can close the yellow, I can close the metallic, I can close blue. Blue starts closing properly. It's stubborn one. You know, whenever you're closing the paint pots, just make sure that they are actually properly closed, because they tend to pretend to be closed and they're gonna dry off on you. And I have to take out the red because the housing of the camera, or you know, gun, or whatever you want to call it, is still not done properly. So I just need to go back and finish that housing here. And actually I'm just thinking that I can even use this part in red. It's gonna probably look better. And then this front part, I'm just trying to think, you know, what color should I paint it. And I think that I'm gonna take yellow, yeah, just to keep within the army thing, but keep the red on the brush, so it's gonna become kind of a covered in blood. You can see how the two colors are mixing in there. And I think that that's actually what I want. So let's just leave it as it is. Okay, so now I need about half an hour of drying and then just some weathering and we're gonna be done. Alright, so I used some accelerated drying, which means that I just get a hair dryer. Yeah. And now I forgot about one thing. I need to fit in here Gobo, G-O-B-O. I hope that it's gonna fit. So what I want to put in here is Gobo News 1. And I know that it's gonna be horrible, but you know, I still gotta try it. So freehanding is not my strong suit. Okay, I think that I'm gonna just take a toothpick. That's gonna be easier because this brush is just not cooperating with me. G. You can see how easy it is. Yeah. Especially when you have tiny hands like mine. O. Okay. B should be a little bit easier maybe. B. And of course the other O gonna be partially on the fender. And then the other O, come on. Gobo. I really should use some, you know, of the metallic pens that I have. The S gonna be probably the biggest nightmare. And number 1. There we go, Gobo News 1. It's silly, it's goofy, and I love it. Yeah, so I just wash that brush so it's not gonna get screwed up straight away. And there we go. And now just grab maybe this brush, and we have in here some washes, so it is oiled earth, not old earth. Closed. And they have dropper bottles, but in my opinion, for those ones, for the amount that I'm using at the point, there's no real reason to use the dropper and to waste it. Just take it out of the bottle, and I can just do the modding from the bottle itself. It is a perfect browny dirty color, as you can see, which kind of works for this entire thing. Yeah, but even with that, I don't want to overuse it. So yeah, this is not going to be a perfectly clean car. I know that it's Gobo News 1, but maybe Gobo News 1 is only supported by grots, yeah, not by orcs, so they don't have enough teeth to maybe, get this wash at Gobo Wash 1. Yeah. And I have one more, but I think that this one actually did everything that I wanted when it comes to to washes. Yeah, so I think that is enough washes. And now let's just grab one of my big pigment brushes. Come on. There we are. Let's just grab a little bit of that red pigment. And since we still have this wet, yeah, from the other thingy, I can throw some rust pigment in here. It's gonna just mix nicely and hold with it everything else. Just need to avoid taking too much of it, because last time it was just a nightmare on my shirt, yeah, singular shirt. Basically, my shirt changed colors, yeah, after I started using pigments. From being beige, it became red and orange. So yeah, I tend to overuse them. And now let's just do this one and really try to just let it sit somewhere by itself. Okay, just a little bit at the front. Okay, and that's gonna be it from this paint job. So I'm just gonna blow some air on it, yeah, to dry it quicker, and we're gonna throw it on the spin table. And here he is, our Gobo News paparazzi, newscaster, I don't know who you want to call it, yeah. He's one of our film camera crewmen, yeah. His little vehicle is perfect, and I wasn't expecting that it's going to turn out this way when I started. I was having some sort of an idea, but it actually turned out much better than I was expecting. So if you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends and family and whoever else want to watch it, because I want to grow this channel, yeah. I want to be bigger. Yeah, and like everyone, since I started, I always have this spout of not posting videos, but I'm trying my best to actually get into the point when I'm gonna be posting more, yeah. And more support means me actually putting much more attention to it. So again, thank you very much for watching, and everybody have a lovely day. Bye.